This is the Appliance Alliance podcast, where we are elevating the appliance industry, one podcast at a time. Hey guys, and welcome to Appliance Alliance podcast. I am your host with the most equipment, Zach Ryder, and alongside of me, the man with a plan. He really needs no introduction, but we give him one every single week. Mr. TK Cousins.
What's going on, everybody? Been a while since I recorded, so it almost feels strange almost, but I am super happy to be here tonight. And we got brother EJ. He's having a few technical issues, but we got the three amigos in here tonight. We're just going to talk about, this year, first year as the Appliance Alliance podcast, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff. I can't tell if EJ's frozen or if he's still there. He's looking frozen. You still there, EJ? Yep, he's frozen. But anyway, yeah, we're going to get into a little bit of this year and talk about some of our favorite episodes, things like that. And I think it's been a great year. What do you think, Zach?
I think it's awesome. I mean, for two guys that just kind of came up with a harebrained idea to run a podcast in January and in a slightly inebriated state on New Year's Day, while we weren't working, we kicked off a podcast. Me and the trailer at my old shop, and I don't even know where you were, but it was interesting. And here we are. We're
to say the least.
This is episode 37. It's been a journey. We've had a lot of guests. We've added a couple co-hosts, and it's definitely been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed the journey. I've enjoyed what we've accomplished so far. We've lost focus a couple times. We've not gotten episodes up. We've had technical issue after technical issue after technical issue. And just when we think we got them all figured out, new ones pop up. So, it's just like repairing appliances. It's not any different.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely had our fair share of technical issues this year. And I think 2022 is going to be better in the technical world. We're going to tighten things up and crank out some really good content, but we've really had some good content this year. I mean, as far as content goes, I was really happy with a lot of the different interviews that we had. We kind of started off just interviewing brothers and sisters from the Appliance Alliance podcast and talking with different folks about, where they're come from coming into appliance repair. And I think it was really cool getting people like Samurai and Dyer Academy on, and different dispatching softwares over the course of the year. That I like bringing stuff to the Appliance Alliance podcast that I know is going to be helpful to people within the industry, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's service is hard, right? What we do is hard. This is not an easy road. And so getting to hear people's stories on how they came up through the years, how they started their first business. Some are newer to the industry and how that worked, to providing valuable resources. I mean, the Tool podcast is still our number one watched podcast. And I gain valuable tools from it. You gain valuable tools from it. And new technicians coming up in the industry, they have a little bit of a resource. They have some frame of reference to things that are handy on jobs. So that was really cool. The job management software, we interviewed 4 different ones, and that was a lot of fun. I'm still a House Call Pro fanboy. I've done a lot of work with them. I've been with them a long time for my own business. And it's always fun to talk to Roland. I have such a respect for Roland. So that was really cool for me to be able to get to interview my friend and one of my business mentors on the podcast. That was a ton of fun. And then I think for me, the most, I mean, like we were freaking kids in a candy store when we got to interview Scott Brown. I mean, he's just such a cool guy. He's such a humble guy. But you and I both came up like when we came up, like he's a giant in the industry. Like this guy is just so smart, so humble, and he has two amazing websites, Master Samurai Tech, as well as Appliantology. And Appliantology, that's how I made it through my first 3 years. And I still use that as a resource in my business and for my technicians. It's fantastic. Like just being able to interview someone like that and then actually getting to interview him in person and chat with him and Susan, live and in person down at the convention in Nashville that was so cool. That was just, man, I was geeked out. That was a lot of fun.
I was definitely jealous on that one.
Yeah, he's just as cool in person, and I mean, I believe he's going to be at ATSI, so ASTI in January. We are going to be there. We are going to be recording a bunch of live podcasts. Actually, I think our hope for most of the beginning of the year, after convention, I think the next month or so, month to 2 months, we're trying to have enough content to kick off the beginning of the year. Live interviews that we then down mix after the fact. So I'm excited for that, man. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, that is going to be cool. I'm excited to go to ASTI. I mean, we've both never been. Nobody, the whole crew, me, you, EJ, and Justin, none of us have ever been before. So it's going to be really cool to all go there together. And I'm going to be mainly focused on business courses. I don't need. I mean, I can't say I don't need any more technical training, but I need a lot more business training than I need technical training. So, but I'm hoping we can kind of split forces a little bit and tag team these courses and get as much out of it as we can.
At that course for us, we're going to the business classes.
Yeah,
bring back some notes.
That
was fun too. That was fun too. We just had those guys on not all that long ago. 2 months ago, maybe. Some board members, David Alavia, Anthony Cato, and Dylan Connor. One former board member, 2 current board members, if I remember right. And those guys were just a ton of fun. They're hilarious, and I can't wait to meet them in person at the convention. I'm really looking forward to that. That was a great episode. That was so much. I didn't know where we were going. I mean, I felt like we were ping ponged all over the place with that one.
Yeah, that was fun. I had a good time. And it's been a lot of, it's been cool to like take like faces that you see on Facebook over and over and over again. You see them comment, you see them, helping guys in the group, whatever. And then to actually see them on the podcast and get to talk to them and pick their brains, like Russ Grant and Bobby Howard and Taz and Travis and all these different people that, we've maybe talked to a little bit, or talked to, here and there, but to actually, hear their stories and all that stuff was really cool. I enjoy that. I hope a couple of things I'd like to bring back in next year is interviews of guys from the Alliance, and then do some more stuff on like tools of the trade and things like that. Because I think that's what the people want to see too.
Yeah, and I think honestly, there's some stuff in the works behind the scenes, but I think at the end of the day, that phrase had to come back for a podcast at least once.
There you go.
At the end of the day, there's going to be a couple different directions that we head next year, right? There's some things that you and I are both very passionate about, and some things that kind of fell by the wayside this year. And so I think next year there may be more than one podcast happening. We may have a couple different playlists going simultaneously. Because we've chatted about it, doing the interviews with people in the appliance world, interviews with our own is what we call them. Those were a ton of fun to do. Those were so valuable. The resources as far as tools, podcasts, stuff like that. Like, we definitely want to do more of that. And so that'll kind of be one chunk of what we do. And then obviously, as you saw throughout the year, we evolved and started really focusing on business. There's a lot more going to be coming with business next year. And so it's not going to split into another channel, but it's almost going to be simultaneous podcasts running at the same time, kind of like ASTI, right? You're a technician. Here's one thing for you, and you're a business owner. Here's another thing for you. And if you're a technician thinking about being a business owner, well, then here you go. Like you kind of got the best of both worlds. That's kind of some of our plan for 2022. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. 37 episodes so far, man. Like this is episode number 37. That's wild.
Yeah.
Most podcasts end after like 2 episodes, 1 episode,
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been good. I've enjoyed it. I was excited to bring EJ on as a co-host. I was excited when Miss Ward came on as a co-host. Who knows? We might add some more co-hosts, because the more the merrier. We just love people that are passionate about helping folks and spreading good information and elevating the industry. So, I think that the biggest thing that I got out of this year is that it's not um, it's not always necessarily about the technical side of things. Like we all want to become better technicians, but at the same time, as business owners and people that are trying to, grow a business from just you in a truck to whatever you're trying to end up as, is you really have to focus on all this business stuff. You really have to focus on the systems and the policies and the procedures. And I think, not to do a shameless plug, but I think the mastermind is really what changed it for me. And I'm sure you could say the same. Like, once we started doing those masterminds, I looked at business completely differently. And I'm growing every single week, it seems like, to see things a little better. I actually just this morning, me and my team, the 4 of us, our huge staff of 4, we got together and we started writing out our goals for 2022. And I can't say that they were all as passionate about it as I was, but they were definitely interested, and they were definitely, taking part in the conversation and giving good feedback. And it was awesome, man. I loved it.
Yeah, that's a huge win, man. I mean, the fact that you were able to get your team on board to do some vision casting for the next year is huge. And you and your business partner, Austin, I'm looking forward to the two of you getting away and spending some time away from the business and really firming up as owners of the company what that looks like even more. I mean, like down to the nitty gritty. And to see the growth in Austin, just from when we started talking in January to where you guys are now, and seeing you guys come more together as partners in the business, dude, that makes me happy. Like, I'm celebrating your win in that, right?
Yeah.
EJ, the dude went from like part-time, like dipping his toes in, flipping appliances, not really doing much to it. Now he's got 2 technicians working for him. There's 3 trucks on the road down there. And like, the dude just has huge plans, huge goals, and he encourages us and helps us grow and stuff like that. So it's wild to see the growth that's happened. Justin's kind of ebbed and flowed, and he's got himself really focused now, it seems like. And myself, I took a step backwards, but now I'm building back just like so much stronger, so much better. The culture in my company is right where I want it to be. And we're making strides every day. The money is following as I'm taking care of people, and we've been talking about that in our daily devotionals, and it's just it's been a wild ride for all of us, and the podcast as well as the masterminds. I mean, the masterminds was definitely a catalyst. And there's something to be said. Like we talked about it at the beginning of the year, like, hey, we kicked around this idea about this time last year, right? Like, so what was that, 2020? We're like, well, maybe we'll do a podcast, or maybe we'll record some videos or something. And New Year's Day, a little twisted up, we're like, screw it, let's do it.
Yeah,
People will join us or they
exactly.
won't.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was trying to think back to like how me and you even like I can't even
I can
remember
tell you
exact.
exactly how we got connected. I will tell you
Oh, can you?
exactly how we got connected. So it was the Appliance Apprentice Group, right? And I believe it was October of 2020. You and I had chatted, and you had a video that you wanted, October, November, something like that. You had a video of EJ that you wanted to get edited. You had done an interview with EJ, and you posted in the Appliance Apprentice Group. Hey, anyone know video editing? I need to get this edited. And you and I had already chatted a couple times. I said, yeah, man, absolutely. And I did the video with your family for El Salvador, and we just kind of ran from there, man. And then December, we started prattling and kicking around. Hey, we need to do something for the community and kind of give back and just kind of encourage guys and provide some resources and stuff like that. And we kicked it off January of 2021, New Year's Day. We recorded three or four episodes. It was wild ride. So it's been a fun year.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I remember that. I remember the video you did for me because that was really important, man. Because I was trying to get the whole mission doing virtual missions was new to me, and we're still doing that now. But I do remember that, and it was just cool how I guess uh, God put everything together for us, man, and here we are a year later. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're friends, we're brothers, and we brought some others along for the ride. So it's been a dude, it's been a wild ride, and I wouldn't trade it. I mean, so to kind of wrap up this episode, like, we talked a little bit about where we see next year going, and I know there's a lot of stuff that we can't say that's going on in the background. We really want to say, but there's so much we can't say. But I mean, honestly, we talked a little bit about it. Where do you see the podcast going in the next year?
I definitely see it going in a business direction as far as catering to business owners. I would love to see us putting together some more, I guess, news type stuff, whether it be through the podcast or whatever through the alliance. And I would really like to see us maybe partnering with some local or not some local, but partnering with some different companies to do like some tool reviews and things like that. Like, hey, send us some tools. We'll review your stuff on the podcast and you can give us free tools because me and Zach really like tools.
Yeah, we're kind of tool addicts. One thing I can talk about, we are working on getting Marcone, MSAE. They're two entities that are separate, but two entities that are the same. To do a podcast with us, as well as present some resources in the Appliance Alliance community. They would be exclusive Appliance Alliance community pieces. So I'm pretty excited. That's in the works. The details haven't been hammered out, so that's exciting. Obviously, we're doing the ASTI thing, and we're gonna have some live interviews with that. And yeah, we're definitely going to go in a business direction, at least with a piece of what we're doing. Um, but we are still going to have the resources for technicians because, well, we're technicians at heart, and it's really hard to remove that from us. So we'll still have those. You're just going to see a lot more in conjunction, and as we bring in more on the team, I think you'll see a lot more that happen where it's not all the editing and all that crap is still all going to fall on me, but as far as the recording and getting some content, that's not all going to fall on me in 2022. So hold us accountable, guys. Drop comments, check in on us on Facebook, shoot us a message. Hey, what's going on? Sticking true to your
Yeah.
goals. We
And
appreciate that.
when you watch this episode, drop your recommendations in the comments. Like, we want to hear y'all's feedback. What's your favorite thing to see? What do you like about the podcast? What can we do better? Because we love constructive criticism. So don't be. And y'all know us. Y'all are our friends on Facebook. So hit us up. Like, we love feedback. We love help. If you want to be more involved, let us know, because it's all about community. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and as always, like we say, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Really, that stuff makes Google happy, and it grows the podcast. And really, at the end of the day, who couldn't use resources like this? We've really tried to be a resource for the community to elevate the industry, and we all know what's being said, right? We all know that the industry needs to be elevated from your typical chuck in a truck, fly by night company. We don't need more of those. We need more high quality companies. And by you sharing this podcast and sharing the resources that we've given to you, we have a chance to make this awesome. So keep doing that for us, guys. We love you, and we appreciate everything that you've done, all the support that you've given us this year. And there's more coming. We say it all the time, but we keep adding. We haven't forgotten. Just takes time and money.
Oh yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
No, I just hope everybody, if we don't see y'all before the new year, hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy some time with family. Take some time off, spend some time with family. Embrace the season, embrace this time to, be close to each other. Do something good for someone else. And we will see you guys in 2022, I reckon.
Oh, one last thing. Make sure you drop your favorite episode, your favorite moment from the last 37 episodes in the comments below, because the end of the year is going to be a couple episodes of favorite moments, right? So we're going to show like highlight reels for the last couple episodes of the year as we focus on spending time with our families and our teams. We hope to give you some of your favorite moments from the last year. So as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. This is the Appliance Alliance podcast, signing off.